it's Megan. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these DIY pocket tees inspired by Brandy Melville. And I made two of them. The first one is this one, and it has Wednesday Addams on it, and it says, "On Wednesdays we wear black." And I also made this gray one, and it says, "Me and You," and it has a little unicorn and a horse emoji type thing. And I provided templates to make each of these shirts in the description box below. And yes, so without further ado, let's just get into the video. And the shirt that I'm going to be showing you guys how to make in this video was inspired by this image that I saw on Tumblr. I'm just going to go to Google and I'm going to search pocket template. And this is the one that I used. It's the second one that came up. And so I just clicked on that. And it took me to Pinterest, and so I'm just going to drag this image to the desktop, and I'm going to go into PicMonkey, and I'm going to go to Edit, and then I'm going to go to this one, and I'm just going to choose that. And I'm going to go to the butterfly tool, and I'm going to click Add Your Own, and I picked out the image that I wanted to use for this one. So I want to have the me on top and then the you on the bottom. So I think that the easiest way to do this is just going to be to erase half of it and then just import it again. I just remembered something. I think I left the faucet running. And you can do this for whatever design that you want. I made one with a Wednesday Addams design, which is right here. And yeah, so now all you're going to want to do is print out your design. So now you're going to take your shirt and you're going to want to cut the bottom off of it, and make sure to get a shirt that is at least one size too big for you. So since I'm usually a small in this brand, I got a medium, and I'm just cutting off the bottom part. And I used this other shirt that I made as a guide, but obviously you can just try it on and measure it. Then I'm just cutting out my template, and I'm getting a piece of the fabric from the bottom part of the shirt and cutting out a piece of that, and then I'm pinning the template to that piece of fabric. Then I'm just putting this fabric onto a small embroidery hoop. So now it's time to get started with the embroidery, and for mine I used 3 strands of embroidery thread, and the first place that I outlined was the words, and I just did a simple back stitch. And so now for the hard part, which is filling in the characters, and if you're new to sewing, I would definitely suggest doing a more simple design like my Wednesday Addams design, but if you are a little more advanced, then I think that this is a really fun project to do, but it is a little bit time consuming. So all I'm doing is taking some white thread and I'm filling in the white spaces, and I'm repeating that for all of the coordinating colors. I'm just using the pattern as a guide for where I need the colors of thread to be. And just keep making sure to double knot the back of each part that you tie off. And once everything is filled in, you're going to want to rip off the paper. And you can use a needle to remove any smaller bits of paper. And this step is optional, but I went back over the words and filled in any spots that I might have missed. And then I'm just taking some purple thread and I'm outlining the unicorn, and I'm taking some black or brown thread and I'm outlining the horse. And I'm doing this with a simple back stitch. And now I'm just sewing on the details, and I printed out another pattern for reference. And so I'm just sewing on the eyes with some black thread and the little dots on their noses. And so now I'm just taking my fabric out of the embroidery hoop, and I'm taking the pocket pattern that I cut out and I'm lining it up along with my design. And then I'm just cutting around the shape to make a pocket shape. And now, following the guides on the pattern, I'm going to be folding in the edges and pinning them. And then you'll want to sew along the edges of your pocket. And so now you'll want to try the shirt on and pin the pocket where you want it on the shirt. And I also decided to roll the sleeves of my shirt, so I'm just rolling up the sleeves twice and pinning them in place. And then you'll want to go ahead and sew the pocket onto your shirt. And then I sewed along the top and bottom of the sleeves to make sure that they stayed rolled. And once you finish that, you're done. And you definitely could hem the bottom if you wanted to, but I kind of liked how it looked just cut off like that, so I just left it. And I think that this is such an awesome, customizable way to make shirts. And I don't know, it's really a step up from your basic tie-dye. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope it made enough sense. I know I'm really bad at explaining sewing just because I've known how to do it for so long, and like in my mind it makes sense, but if you have any questions, definitely leave them for me below and I will try to answer them the best as I can. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's at MeganWeller97, and Musically it's at WellerMegs, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Now that it's so